Welcome or welcome back to my channel. Today's video we are going to be making our very first hexagon cardigan, and it's going to be in a Valentine's Day color theme. So I will show you the supplies I ended up using. So you'll need this to measure for your body and the cardigan itself. I ended up needing this to remove some of the knots that I put on in when I didn't go far enough. So I needed that. Always need a needle to weave in your ends. I use this for holding some places together. Stitch markers, I will tell you when I use them in the videos, but definitely when I'm marking the front or the backs or the cuffs, I use that. Scissors, of course. And now my main one was a 5mm crochet hook. For the ribbing on the bottom, I used a 4mm crochet hook because I wanted to make it look super tight and cute. Along the neckline, I used a 4.5. I don't tell you this in the video, so I'm telling you this now. Where I changed crochet hook size. So this one is definitely the bottom ribbing, this is the neckline ribbing, and this is the whole of the project. I used a 4.5. Don't think, let me see, do I have a gauge swatch? I do. I can give you a quick little gauge swatch. Okay. So if you want to make it the same size as mine's, I guess your results may vary, but that's my gauge swatch. I'm gonna put it down in two places so you can see in two different areas what that gauge is. I could not tell you what my gauge is because I don't know how to do a gauge swatch still. I've been doing crocheting all this time. Here, I started on that one, and there you go. That's the top of that one. So if you want to figure out what my gauge swatch is, there you go. All right, so these are all the supplies you'll need to start your cardigan. I will give you the colors in a second. This is not a tutorial because I did a crochet along, but so this is just so you can crochet along with me. I will show you everything I did, minus how to do it, because like I said, this is not a tutorial video. And then I hope you enjoy this long crochet. I hope you're crocheting a project along. If you enjoy this, don't forget to leave a like. That helps my channel out tremendously. And let me know in the comments below what you're working on while you're watching this project. And if you are like me, who sometimes doesn't like to respond to comments, just leave a heart emoji in your favorite color of the hexagon. Okay, I am going to start on my hexagon project, and the colors I'm going to be using are, for the lightest color, I have this, what is it, light rose, and I really like this. I also have finishing up a skein, so I'm trying to use some of my yarn up, and I'm going to be using Big Twist in watermelon. So Big Twist in watermelon. And the last color, which is gonna probably be the strong color, is gonna be the Big Twist in deep red. Okay, so these are my three main colors that I'm gonna be using for my version of my hexagon cardigan. I'm not going to show you how to do the hexagon cardigan. I will come in here and show you my progress. I do have a tip for those who do not want to weave in your ends, because I haven't weaved in any of my ends on my first half. I haven't finished my hexagon cardigan, but I do have half of it done. Well, mostly done, and I haven't weaved in any ends. I only have one end to weave in, and that's this one, and the rest of the ends, there are no ends to weave in. So I will show you how I did that using 3 balls of yarn, where you would think you'd have to weave in ends, but I did not. I used a trick I found on YouTube as well, so I'll show you that when we get to it. All right, so I'm gonna start on my hexagon, and I'll have little videos here and there, but this is not a tutorial on how to do this. This is just showing you my process. So like, again, like I said, not a video tutorial. I am gonna leave a longish end to tie in though. That I will tell you, because I do leave longish tails to come back in. Okay, so I will see you back. I'll probably do a little picture montage of every single layer as it's getting bigger until it no longer fits on this page. Okay, so my hexagon is going to be 2 rows for every color change, so I am finished with the red, but I'm gonna show you now. This does involve pulling back a little. I am gonna cut it right here. Just give it a nice old cut, right? And so now I'm gonna put it in my second darkest color, which is that watermelon. And now I'll link the video tutorial on how to do this, but I do pull back some of my stitches, and with the new color I don't go too far up. That's why I cut just a little bit above what I was doing. And like I said, I'm gonna link the video tutorial. This is not to show you how to do this, just to show you what I did. Okay. And there you go. And now the only thing you're left with are these little fuzzies. So I know when I was doing my blanket, I had so many ends to weave in, and this makes it so all I have to do is re-stitch up this work that I did, because I'm not using color changing yarn. I have to go back and redo the last few stitches, which is not a big deal for me, right? And you are gonna have a little bit of a bump right there, and sometimes it's hard to get that bump through for the slip stitch, but I'd rather worry about this little bump and the slip stitch than have to weave in all my ends. So usually I don't have a hard time with this, but today see, it should end with the pink, but the pink didn't come through. Okay, so you're gonna put it in here, grab, and make sure. There you go. And now 1, and the bump, to be fair, is gonna be covered by, oops, I forgot to, by the double crochets that you're gonna be putting in this cluster. If I could do it right. I swear when I'm showing people it doesn't work. I wonder if it's because it's smaller. It doesn't when you have more yarn on your thing, it doesn't take as much work. See? And it's covered. So you don't even see the color change as it's happening. Alright, and now I'm gonna just continue on my merry way, adding my 2 rows So like I said, I will be back. I'm probably not going to show you that color change again, but I just wanted you guys to see it. So you saw how I did it so that I am not having to weave in so many ends at the end, because I see that everybody uses color changing yarn to get their colors and not have to weave in any ends, but I wanted different colors, so I could not do that. So that is how I do it, so that I could have all my colors and still not have to weave in any ends. And you saw how super strong that knot was. I hear it's one of the strongest knots, so that's good. All right. I will see you guys at the end of this 2-row repeat when I'm switching out colors, okay? All right, that's 4 rows down, a bunch more to go. I have to do 25 rows, so we're gonna be adding our lighter pink now, and then we're gonna go back to red afterwards. So we'll do a check-in after the next round. And here we are at the end of row 6. It's getting bigger. It's bigger than my hand now. All right, now we're going back to the darker red color for 2 more rows. See you at line 8. Okay, we are on line 8. So 2, 4, 6, 8. We're going back to this color here, and now I won't be able to show it to you anymore because now it's starting to corner up, but so we'll start showing it to you in the L shape. All right, so we're gonna get our colors back in, and look at how pretty. Okay, we are on the end of row 10. It's looking good. It's looking good. Oh, not looking good like that. All right, we're putting it back to where it was. So yes. Now, if I had a kid, this would work out fine, but we're not kid size, so we gotta keep going. So this is the second row repeat we're doing, so we gotta get this nice light pink back in. So 2 more rows of light pink. So this is 10. We'll see you back at 12. All right, we are on row number 12 done. It's starting to look good. So we have the red one, the dark red next. Let's get going. I'll see you when the next lines are in. Okay, we're on row number 14. It's starting to get bigger. Pretty soon I won't be able to put it on my table, but we have 14 and we have to get to 25, I believe I said. I'll go check myself later. I know we end on the last row of red being 1 stitch, but so here we go again. We're gonna start again from the medium pink color. So let's go to that watermelon, and I will see you back when watermelon is finished. Okay, here's where the part where I can't show you the bottom half, but we are on row 16. We have 9 more rows to go. This one is getting a little low, so wish me luck that it makes it. I think it only has to make it 1 more time around, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's just 1 more time around, so hopefully this one can last the 1 more time around, because this one's getting awfully close. Let me show you. This is how much I have left out of this big skein. I mean, I used it for one other project, but hopefully this should make it. I have hope that this will make it. Anyway, so wish me luck for when I get to the next one, but right now we're going to the light one. So 2 more rows to go, and I'll see you next time. Okay, so it's not fitting in the frame anymore, but this is row 18. So we're at 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. And like I said, we're going to 25. So we're getting there. We're getting there. This is the bottom part. I just had to fold it down because I know you guys can't see. But yeah, let's go to the next color, which is this nice bright red. Well, it's deep red, not bright red. All right, we'll be back. Okay, we are on the end of line number 20. Only 5 more to go. So let's hope this next color gets to the end. To be fair, I kind of need more to make it longer if I'm not gonna make it a short wrap, but we shall see. I am liking these color combos. So let's get in to the next 2 rows. So we're gonna go and we'll see you at the end of row 22. Okay, this is line 22 being done. We are almost there. We have 2 more of these ones, and then we're gonna do 1 row of red. So 3 more lines, and then we get to start on the ribbing and the decreasing of the cuffs. So I'll see you back when we finish the light rose or medium, whatever rose color that was you guys saw in the beginning. All right, we have 1 more row to go, and then we are gonna secure it closed with the red. So we're just gonna go around this red 1 more time, and then we are gonna secure it closed using Passionate Kelpie's no sew method. So we're gonna just be slip stitching. I'm not gonna show you that. That's on her video, but let me get going on this one, and we'll see you in a little bit with the 1 row, and then I'll slip stitch it together so you'll see how it's done. What I will tell you is I'll show you where I mark it after I finish this row actually. So what I do is, since I'm going this way, I need to know where to mark it. So because this is going to be the end of my sleeve, when I come around, I'm going to need to mark this side. So I take my stitch marker out, wherever I put that. Let me find them. I'm going to take a stitch marker that doesn't match my project at all. I'll use a green one. And I'm going to use a green one in this corner so that I know when I get to this corner, I'm going to be, I should be starting to connect, because it's only 1 row, but on top it's going to look like 2 red rows together so that it doesn't look like 4. So I put a stitch marker on top so I know. And then I'm gonna put a stitch marker here so I know when to stop. And then when I finish, I'm just probably gonna go around the edge to make it look like this, how this stopped. Let me see, where am I? See, and you see, you just see it looks like the same pattern with just 1 stitch over. Okay, so it's gonna look just like that one, which is still attached to the ball of yarn because I still have to do the sleeves. But let's do the red on this one, and then we'll figure out the sleeves in a second. We might have to go more for the length, but for right now we are working on sleeves. All right, so stitch marker here and stitch marker here. So I messed up. I had the stitch marker here, but that's when the cuff starts, right? I was supposed to put the stitch marker 1 up so that it can be stitched alongside. So now I have to frog this whole line. So if you're following me like I did, so you don't put it on the second point. Well, you can put a stitch marker on the second point, but you also need to put 1 on the 3rd point. So when I get to here, I can start stitching along. So I have to frog this whole line, and here we go, frog. And then we'll go back. But we're almost done. Isn't it always the case that it's easier to frog than it is to work on it? All right. See you guys when this is together. Okay. So it is stitched together right along the side. You can't tell too much other than the layers don't move over sideways like that where everything else does. I probably could have done that, and I probably still can because I have an extra right here. I had to sew two together. I don't know how I get an extra stitch, but then I could have done that or have them, but it's fine. This is fine. It doesn't look bad. It looks good. And now it's time to decrease the cuffs. So this is way too big for my wrist, obviously. I do kind of think I want a tight cuff around my wrist. So I'm going to start adding some single crochets in red. I'm not going to add a second one of these just because the cuff is going to be all red. So it's going to make it all red anyway and make it look like it has a lot of red on this side. So I don't think I need to do a decrease round for this. So I'm just gonna add single crochets all over, and then I'm gonna start the decreases, and I guess we'll see me back when we have a cuff. This will be my first time making a cuff, so let's hope that goes well. Okay, so this is what I did for the sleeve. My hand is still pretty loose in there, so I think I might do one decrease row while I do the ribbing. Hopefully it's not too tight on the cuff. If it is, then I'll just, I don't want to frog ribbing. I'll just bring this in slowly. But so yeah, if you see, my hem fits in there, still a little loose. I did 6 rows. I did the first 2 rows were, no, the first 3 rows were just decrease rows, since this thing is so big, because I made it to fit around my arms. So the first 3 rows are decrease rows, and then the second 3 rows are single crochet decrease, single crochet decrease. And so that's what I did. So I have 6 rows of this red, and then I'm gonna add a ribbing. I think this came out really nice. Hopefully I like how it comes out with the ribbing on it. But yeah, I think I'm gonna call it for tonight. So this is the end of day 4 on working on this. So I have 2 sleeves, one with ribbing, one with decrease, one without. One just has the red around it. I was getting ready to start the decreases, but I have yet to do it. So this is how my other one looks super big, and I gotta make it look like this one now. So we're getting there. So guys, look at how good the ribbing is. So I did 6 crochets up. I was gonna do 5, and I don't know how I ended at 6. But yeah, so 6, chain 6 up, and I got a small little cuff, but it fits pretty nice. It's not too tight. I was decreasing as well, but then it started getting a little too tight, so I stopped the decreases. I wanted to have a little bit of wiggle room, right? Because I don't want my wrist feeling like it was restricted like that. So I did leave a little bit, not too much, but yes. So it's a lot tighter than how I ended it, and I think this is good. This is my first cuff ribbing ever. I still have to cut off the end and weave it in. I'm still attached. But I think I like how it came out, and I think we will go with the other side and do the same. So to do this one more time, and then we gotta seam the back together, and then to do ribbing all over the bottom. I'm not looking forward to that. But so cuff on the sleeve, perfect. So my other cuff is done now. This was all the string I have left from my first red skein that I started with. I would not have one yarn chicken because I didn't remove it from this one project on this one side. So thankfully I went off and bought another one. Now what I did is I'm going to attach the back and add some width. So what I did was I marked the front and I marked the top, right? So this is gonna be the front side of my sleeve, and I've already started by adding another clip to the front of this one so I don't mess up. And now we're starting our increasing round. So I have the second row put in of the red on this side, and now we're going to pink on this side. Guys, I have a big game of yarn chicken to play. This is all I have left of this this medium pink that I have going on here is watermelon. I have to do 2 lines on each side, and then I'm gonna end off with this light rose. The light rose I have a ton of. The red, since I bought a new skein, I have a ton of. This I don't want to buy more of. Hopefully it didn't take a lot of yarn to just go down the back, up and down. I have to do it twice on both sides is the worry I have. But let's hope I win, yarn chicken. Wish me luck, because I'm getting ready to change colors now that I've gotten to the end. I'm gonna snip it off, and then I'm gonna chain up and start working the next 2 rows. So I will see you once I have, as long as it doesn't take more than half, I should be good, because then it'll take half on the other side. And even if I'm left with a little bit, I'm fine with that, because I'll use it as waste yarn for my circular knitting machine. But I just want to make sure I'm left with some. And if I'm not left with a lot, I might have some waste yarn in of my circular knitting machine project. So hopefully that should, if I don't make it, that should suffice for the rest of it. But let's go. Let's start this intense game of yarn chicken. Okay, so I finished the second row of the pink, the darker pink, and now I'm going into the lighter pink, and I think this might just be 1 row on this side, and then I'll do the same for the other side. Do 1 red, 2 of these dark pinks, and 1 row for the pink, and then attach it together. So you might see me at the end of this row. I'm gonna see how much width that added. It doesn't look like it added enough width. I'm thinking I might have, because this is how much it added, just like what, this much here. Let me get my measurements out, because I don't think it added enough for it to be enough of a width for my neck, which is what we want. So I might have to add more. We'll see. Let me see. Right now, if we take the measurements from here, because this is assuming I have from this one to this one is 2.5 inches. It'll give me 5 inches from this width to the other one, and I don't know if that's enough for a neck. I might have to add some red back in just to give me just slightly ever so much more. So we'll see when I get to the end of this, but I think I might have to end on the reds instead of the pinks, which is where I ended the last time, to add this red row here. But I don't think it's long enough. I don't think 5 inches for a neck hole is enough. I think 6 might do for a neck hole, maybe even 8. I might want to just go again a couple more times, but this pink has me worried that I won't make it. So that's the only concern I'm having, that this pink won't make it. What I might do is, after the end of this pink one here, I might just go back to the other side and do the red and the pinks before I get to this pink, and see how wide it is. And if I like the width, then I'll close it off. If I don't, then I'll keep adding until I like how much of a neck hole I have. So we'll see. So I might just go to the other side and do this part here and see if I like where it's at. But I doubt it, because it looks so small. It's not enough. It's not enough, I don't think. So we'll see. Let's go. Okay, so I still have to add the light pink to this row, and I think it'll make it this wide, which seems like a good stopping point. So I'm gonna add one more red, which is where I wanted to stop anyway, at the red. So I'm gonna add one more red on this side, the two pinks, this color pink on this side, and then one more red on that side, and it should give me the width space I need for my neck space. And I think I'll be very happy. I think this is how it should be, how it should look when it's all done, that width space between, and I think that'll be good. And then we'll start the long truck of ribbing around the whole stinking sweater. All right, but let's get the red on this line, this light pink on this line, and we'll come back when I'm starting the red on this side, because I'm gonna be doing a no-sew attachment like I did over here. So you see, I didn't have to sew any of this in. This is all slip stitched in at the same time as I did the red. So let me add the pink, add the one red, add the other red, so you can see what it looks like. I think I'll be happy, but we'll come back and see, because this should be the spacing I have. And I know sometimes people put like squares in the middle to give you the spacing, and I was contemplating putting like boxed hearts, but I might give myself a pocket and make myself a granny square heart. But that is a later problem, not a right now problem. Right now we're just trying to get the spacing. All right, so I will be back in a few minutes with the extra rows added on both sides. Okay, so this is how much I have. It only gave it this much of a space, and I think this is too little. I'm a bigger lady, and I tried it on, and so what I'm gonna do is add 2 more rows of the red on each side, 2 more rows of this pink, and maybe end on this pink. We'll see. I think that should give us enough space. We'll come back when I'm on this pink. I'm not going to show you how it looks building it up anymore. So we'll come back when I'm on at least 1 row of this pink, and after both rows of this pink, and after both rows of this red added on. I think that should give me 6 inches, which is what I want right now. I think it's still a little like at 4. I think 6 to 8 or even 8 to 10 is enough. Right now I think, like, yeah, see, right now it looks like I only have 4 extra inches. If I move it back to where it really started, it's only 5.5. So I might, like I said, I might end it on these light pinks when I finish. We'll see, because I really wanted to end on the red, but I think adding the red might be too much after adding the light pink. We'll see. I'll come back. I guess I'll come back when I have at least 1 roll of light pink on, and to show you. But I don't think this is enough for me. It's about 5 inches really. Think I would like it to be, let me see, about here, which is at the 8-inch mark. I know other people do granny squares in the middle, and I didn't want to do that. I'm gonna just keep going down the row. Plus it's a crochet along, so I'm kind of following the pattern. She didn't add any of this backing, but I'm also bigger in my chest area, so I need a little bit more space for this to the front to wrap around me, and I'm only gonna get that space if I have space from the back to pull to the front. So we're definitely gonna just add more backing, and I will see you guys when I'm again at the light pink. All right, wish me luck that this darker pink holds up on both sides, because that's where I'm afraid that I might fail. If it doesn't, then I might have to stitch it together on the red and not be as wide as I want it to be, but I really kind of want it to be pretty wide. So hope. In case you're wondering where I am in Yarn Chicken, this is how much I have left. I think it should hold. It held these 2 rows just fine, since I'm not going down the whole length of the sweater. So I'm hoping it should hold for 4 more lines, and maybe even a heart. And if it completely goes after that, I'll be happy. I just need to get at least 4 more rows in. So I won the game of yarn chicken with this color, and I am happy with how wide it is. Now it is gonna be about 9 inches, which is a good amount, I think. um I think, yeah, because this, when I tested it before on the red, it was too short, and I think it is a good amount. It'll give me a nice wrap, which is what I'm going for. It'll probably end up being 8.5 because I still have one more line to go, but I'm getting ready to sew it closed. So that's that, and then we will visit the land of ribbing and be there for a while because we have to rib the whole thing around, which I'm not looking forward to because even though it's cute at the end, ribbing takes so long. So yeah, I think we're on day 5 of me working on this cardigan. So in 5 days I've gotten 2 panels done with the ribbing on the cuffs. I haven't sewn in any ends, so all the ends you see are all the ends I have. So I don't have too many. I have a few here, and I'm about to do as a crochet as I go to close this up. So I'll stitch it closed while I going along, and then yeah, this will be a nice big size for me, and I think that'll be great. I think I like it like this. The other way was too long, too short. I wish I could have finished on the red, but the red would have been so short. Like it would have been ended right here, and that wouldn't have been enough of a thing for me. So yeah, I'm glad that I went to enough out, so I have enough of a space. It's gonna be a nice big bulky sweater, which I appreciate. So yeah, I'm gonna crochet along this end and seal this up, and then I'll remove these 2 stitch markers because these are just marking the front panel, so I know which is the front and which is the back. And now with this little flap here, I know which is the front and which is the back. All right, so let me get to closing this, and then we will be on the land of the ribbing. Okay, so I've attached my jacket sleeves here, and I think it made a huge difference. Now I know this seems like a big gap, but I am a big person, and so when it goes across like it's supposed to, I'll have the room. Without this, I don't think I would have had the room. I kind of wish I would have not needed these right here, and I could have ended on the red, which is where I wanted to end it, to be fair, but it still wasn't wide enough in my opinion. I've tried this on, and I tried it on after the first reds on each side, like I told you, and I didn't like it. So definitely like how it fits now. Now it's time to go around the whole thing in a single crochet. I'm gonna go one. I've been doing this whole thing in a 5mm hook. I'm gonna do the single crochet border in a 4.5. So it's I did the cuffs in a 4. The cuff part itself, these I did in I think a 5. I think I probably should have done these in the 4 as well, but I did those in a 5. And now I'm on to the border. So I have the strings on the bottom. I have a few strings still attached, not as many because I was doing this tie method here. I cut this string thinking I was gonna attach yarn to it, and I didn't, so I had to reattach this longer one to it, because this whole time I hadn't been needing long strings. I've been just doing this little knot here at the end, which is super secure. So that's how my whole thing is being held together. But yeah, so we started on this corner over here. Whoops. No, we didn't start on this corner. We started on the opposite corner over here. I put a stitch marker where I started for when I come back for the ribbing. This is where I'm supposed to put the hole in for the ribbing on this side. So I've already marked it now, because this is the crochet along wrapped cardigan, in case I haven't mentioned it already. And so I put my stitch marker in there, and now I'm just going along the edges, just with a 4.5 and just single crocheting around, so that when I come around with the ribbing, it'll look good. And it doesn't, you can't even tell that right now that there's a single crochet. You can over here where I went over the colors over here, but not too much. I gotta get rid of that little floof ball right there. Other than that, the this part is done, and I just need to, like I said, these I have a few strings, not too many. So far I have like 7 strings to crochet in. For a project this big, not so bad. All right, so let me get back to my ribbing, and hopefully I don't keep pulling my yarn out. And I will see you back, I guess, after. I don't need to see you back after I single crochet everything, because it's just going to be a single crochet all along. I think maybe I'll see you back once all the ribbing is put on, or at least once I start the hole in the ribbing. I don't know when I'll see you back, but right now I gotta get going onto this because I'm single crocheting all the way around the whole cardigan, because the whole cardigan on the outer edge is going to get the ribbing. All right, so you might just see it at the end when it's done, because there's not much to show you besides me adding ribbing, which is going to be tedious. This little amount of ribbon took me 2 hours, so imagine how long it's going to take me to do a sweater of this length of ribbing. And I kind of want to go with a longer ribbing, because I did 6 single crochets, and I kind of want to do 10 because I want a wider ribbing, I mean a longer ribbing. So we'll see, but 10 sounds like it's gonna be so tedious, but it looks so cute when it's done. All right, okay, so I showed you the pattern, and now I've added the bottom ribbing. I started on this corner, I came up, did single crochets all around, and then I came, turned double back, and did the ribbing all around. I did the hole on the same side, even though I didn't start on the same side she did. I did the hole on the same side, so I have a hole here, and now I'm up to this part here. Now I'm thinking I gotta figure out how. I don't want to do up around this way on the ribbing on this length that long. I'm gonna stitch over here, and then probably, I think I want to do it shorter, a shorter ribbing along the top half than on the bottom half, because I like the bottom half being longer. I think it's as long as the cuff, might even be longer. It's a bit longer than the cuff, but it looks like it's the same because of where I single crochet decrease. So I'm probably gonna do this shorter. I gotta figure out how short I want, because I'm gonna come back to this color and make a belt. I know she did single crochets and then have double crochets coming back, but I think I want to do a different kind of belt, so I'm gonna use this color for the belt. And since I believe this side is the one that goes all the way around back to this side, to where the hole is, yeah, so this side is gonna cross over, wrap all the way around, and then come back here. So I want it to be like a belt, and then this side I think just ties over here, so it'll be a shorter belt, or I don't know, because I haven't decided, because I know I want this to be a belt since it's gonna go all the way around, and I want it to look kind of belt-ish. I don't know if I want this to look like a belt too on this side. We'll figure that out. But yeah, so I'm gonna figure out, I'm gonna slip stitch all the way up here, figure out the length I want for the neck side, because I don't want it as long as this, because I like how long this is just for the bottom. So we'll figure out this side, and then I'm gonna be changing color after I do that. I'm gonna stitch back over here, do the chain stitch up to as long as I need, and then I'm going to change the color to this pink. I don't want to use this pink because I barely have any left. So that's going to be the change in this pattern. I'm going to be adding like a belt like structure. I think that will be nice. But yeah, I'm liking it so far. I'm loving how the red stands out in the cuffs and in this. I kind of want to redo the cuffs just because I like how this one came out better. I think as I go, even though I hate ribbing, as I do it more, it looks more professional, to be fair. And this one, I don't know that it does. It doesn't look bad, to be fair. We'll see. Maybe I'll just, I think this is the part that bothers me a little. So I know she did 2 lines of decrease and then did the cuff. Maybe my cuffs have to be longer. We'll see. But if I fix that, I have to fix this side too. So that's why the strings are still here. I haven't decided yet. All right. I will see you once I have a nice belt. I think I saw one that had like a heart shaped. So I think I'll go with that. Okay, it is done with the ends. I need to weave in, I think, 2 more ends and the start points on both. So I went all the way around. I decided I did a chain 4 and then a single crochet in the back loop only for this side, and on this one I think I did 8, if I'm not mistaken. I did 8 on this one, so I did half because I didn't want the width to be as much, and I think it's still pretty nice. So I got all the way around. I still have the whole, I decided what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my I-cord maker. I'm gonna make my I-cord maker make the loops around, and then I'm gonna attach them to the side. I didn't want them sewn in because I didn't want it to be like one piece of pink in here. So I am gonna cut this string and then I will tie it in. But for right now, this is done. Let's just pull it through the right way. And so I just have this string on this side, all the strings on the sides of the ribbing, and I think there's 2 strings in the back. Yeah, these 2 strings in the back, and then everything is secure. So I guess let me get to securing the strings and making the I-cord for wrapping around, and then getting rid of all the excess string. Okay, so I made 2 cords. It took me forever for the machine to get going. So one of them is about 22 inches, and then the other is a lot longer than that because this one's gonna go around my body. So I have no idea. This one let me see, goes around a bunch of times. Okay, so it should make, there you go. So it's 22 times 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4. All right, so that's as long as this string is, and this one's gonna go around my body. It took me a little bit. I still have to tie off the string, so I'm gonna pull off a little bit of this to tie it onto the garment. And then I should be almost done because I'm gonna make little hearts at the end to tie on to these ends here, this end here, and this end, not this end, and this end here, which is why they're not weaved in. This is gonna be the string I use to tie them in. I'm probably gonna do the hearts in the last little bit of this color so that the ribbing is red, the strings are light pink, and then the hearts are this shade of pink if I have enough. If not, I'll do the red hearts. But that is my plan, I guess. So the next time you see me, the string will be attached. Okay, so I made these 2 hearts. I still have to secure the ends and weave them in. But I made 2 hearts I've already attached one to the string, right? And so I'm gonna attach the other one to the end of the string, and then I will tie these strings onto the cardigan. I've already tied one string onto the end of the cardigan right here at the end. So I've already tied this one string over, and then I will attach the heart here like I did with this one, and we will show you how it looks at the end when it's done. I'm just gonna show you a picture since this space is not big enough to show you the finished cardigan. All right, this is how it looks when it's done. It's a hexi wrap cardigan. It's super cute. My cardigan is a little long. I'm thinking about making another one in different colors. Maybe not using the hearts, but I love that this is like my Valentine's Day hexi cardigan, and this was a super fun project to work on. And I don't know how to pronounce her name, but I want to thank the YouTuber and her community that I joined to do the hexi wrap cardigan. I might either edit this one or do another one. We'll see. I want to add buttons to it as well, so we'll see. It's not meant for buttons because it's a wrap cardigan, but mine might be a smidge long for a wrap, so we'll see what we do. But thanks for watching, guys. Happy crocheting. Bye.